After 104 matches hosted across 3 nations, Canada, the United States and Mexico, the 2026 FIFA World Cup has come to a historic close, with Spain now sitting on top of the soccer world, winning its 2nd title Sunday afternoon, beating defending champs Argentina. Those are scenes of jubilation in Spain's capital, Madrid, thanks to Ferran Torres, who was the hero, scoring the game-winning goal in the second half of extra time to give Spain the 1-0 victory. After days of build-up, the first half of the match was largely uneventful. Argentina didn't even officially record a shot on goal. They continued to be listless in the second half, although Spain came alive with several good scoring opportunities. They could not, however, cash in on any of those chances, leaving the game tied at 0 after regulation time. Steve Futterman was at the World Cup final at MetLife Stadium. He leads off our coverage, joining us live now from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Steve, you have been everywhere. You have now been to this World Cup final in New York. How was it? Tell us about the experience of being there, and how did the game play to the crowd?
Well, the experience was great, but as you mentioned, Deanna, this is not going to go down as one of the all-time great World Cup finals. Far from it. There were some exciting moments, obviously, but this was a match that was controlled by the great Spanish defense. I don't know if they're going to give them a nickname, but this was the 7th shutout by Spain in 8 World Cup matches here in 2026. This is unprecedented and sort of fitting that they win the World Cup in another shutout. Now, the only goal in the match, as you mentioned, came in the 106th minute. This was in extra time. By the way, Argentina, during the entire extra time, was without a net one man. We'll talk about that later. But this was the goal. Ferran Torres, he plays for Barcelona. He put the ball in the net. He received a beautiful head pass and more or less had an empty net, kicked it on the top of through the net towards the top of the netting, and that just set off a wild celebration. He is a player who probably does not ever have to buy a drink the rest of his life in Spain. He is the hero tonight. Now, let me talk about this moment at the end of regulation. This was the red card that knocked out one of the star players for Argentina, Enzo Fernandez. He slammed into a Spanish player. There was no doubt it should receive a yellow, but he had already received 1 yellow, so this got him the red card, and that forced Argentina to play the final 30 minutes minus a man, and that, of course, is when Spain scored its only goal. Afterwards, of course, the celebrations. Donald Trump was there to help award the medals in the World Cup. He was roundly booed, I should say, when he came onto the pitch and was shown on the video board, but he smiled and waved as if maybe he heard none of the boos. But this certainly is a momentous moment for Spanish football. They have a young team. They could come back in 4 years. And for Argentina, of course, they were hoping to become only the 3rd nation to win back-to-back World Cups. The last team to do that, Brazil, in 1962 with the great Pele. I spoke to a fan from Madrid afterwards. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, this has been an incredible experience. Actually, it was a holiday vacation, and we didn't know that Spain was going to be here, and end up actually being the final, and it's been unbelievable experience, and world champions. Deserved, very well deserved.
So a great game for Spain, no doubt, even though, as you said, it was a little bit low on the action, but the outcome that the Spanish were hoping for. Now, Steve, speaking of the Argentine side, is this the last that we will see of Leo Messi? He wasn't really clear on that.
Yeah, but listen, you never say never these days. I mean, Tom Brady played football well past what we thought were the normal age limits for a football star. Lionel Messi's 39. Probably it is his final World Cup match, but you never know. He's not the player he was 4 years ago. He's certainly not the player he was 8 years ago. But, you know, these great players, what they lose in some of their talent, they gain with their ability in the brain. They are just smarter players. But having said that, I don't think he's going to announce any decision right now. But I think most football fans would be really surprised if he comes back. He has won that World Cup. He won that 4 years ago in Qatar. And by the way, this was an emotional night for Lionel Messi, too, as the awards were being presented. They showed him on the video board, and he was holding back tears. It was quite emotional, quite moving. It meant a lot to him. It always has. He is going down, obviously, one of the greatest football players ever, and to many, he's the greatest of all time.
Steve, thank you so much for that. You're always the greatest of all time. To us, that's journalist
Thanks,
Steve
Deanna.
Futterman in New Jersey.